All right, so let's get started, and I hope everyone is great. So today we are going to have a very interesting lesson, and this lesson will be about technology. It's about the ICT. It's about the technological tools that you can use in EFL classes. All right, so let me share with you first the slides. Just 1 second. Great. So here we go. Can you see my slides? Yes, please, you can write in the chat box. So let me see. All right, Sibyl said yes. Habiba Daudi, our inspector, yes. Sukaina, thank you. Bamboozle Siham, wonderful. Muhammad. All right, so today's session, or before this one, okay, I would like again to remind everyone about this training or this course. It's the free 25 TOEFL course from September 11th to September 28th, 2020, organized by Global Bass Foundation Morocco. And today's lesson, I can consider it as one of the most important lesson for one simple reason. Why do you think it's the most important lesson? Can you guess, please? For me, it's the most important lesson. Why? What do you think? Before we get started, we are going to ask a question. Online teaching is so topical, Seville said. All right, good. Wonderful, okay. Yes, I guess Rahim Saloom want to say something. And Habiba said to fight against coronavirus. Thank you, Habiba. I was waiting for this term, coronavirus. Now we have in-class teachers and we have online teachers. Yes, Saloom, please use the mic. Thank you, Habiba. Saloom, do you hear me? Okay, yeah, you can hear me. And here we have, Sana said, is the topic of today. We are living in a globalized world. Wonderful. Yeah, it's interesting. Great. So basically, as Habiba said, our inspector from Algeria, okay, it's because of coronavirus. Because of coronavirus. That's why for me, this workshop is one of the most important ones. Great. All right, so today's topic is about the top online platforms to engage learners inside and outside the classroom. And look here at the title. I didn't say to motivate, but I said to engage learners. Engagement is much better than motivation. Motivation is temporary, but engagement is everlasting, is loyalty. Engagement is when you bring the three parts, the mind, the hands. So the mind, the hands, and the heart into the workplace, into the classroom. Engagement, when you engage learners, your learners become loyal to you. When you motivate your learners, they may be motivated because you give them candies or sweets or a game, but tomorrow, if you don't motivate them, they may not interact with you. But engagement is loyalty, is everlasting, okay? So please, you should make a difference between engagement and motivation. Thank you. Okay, great. So Hindberry said, yeah, the second inspector from Algeria, intrinsic motivation. Good. Habiba Daudi, again, another inspector said it's a kind of charter. Wonderful. But the Buzahin said the mind, the body, and the soul. Good. But I can say the mind, the hands, and the heart. Thank you. Wonderful. Okay. Great. So let's move on to the aims of today's session. Good. So these are the major aims that we are going to cover. Number one, in general, what is technology? What is ICT? What are the general learning? So we are going to cover this point. Number two, we are going to narrow the topic and we are going to focus on the top online learning tools. The online games that you can use to engage your learners 100%. Where? Inside the classroom and outside the classroom. There's a difference between a teacher and an educator. A teacher focuses only what is going on in the classroom. An educator thinking outside the box. Learning takes place both inside and outside. Okay. And of course, we are going to implement what we have learned into actions, and here classroom application or applications. Then we are going to reflect. It's a kind of reflection. Okay, is this clear so far? Then we can move on to the next slide. All right. Great. Shall we move to the next slide? Thank you. All right, so let's move on. Good. The first question, why is it important to integrate technology in teaching English? 1 minute, think about it. So let's see here. So Sarah delimits that technology makes of learning a joyful, sorry, make it in a very short time. Habiba Dawdi, our kids know a lot about technology devices. So why not using this in teaching? Very interesting. Hatim, technology is a good tool to collaborate. Wonderful. Siham, Maktuba, to make students more involved in the process of learning. Sibyl, time saving, update, and the 21st century skills. Great. And our audience here on YouTube. So let's see. Okay, just 1 second. Good. Here we have Zinab, or sorry, Arabia Umulud, increase students' motivation and interest and enable better understanding. Al-Wardi Asma, to connect with students of all learning. Great. Musa Zarugwi, to revolutionize the learning process. Thank you. I guess Lou want to say something. Please use the mic.
Yes. Hello. You listen to me now.
Hello.
Yeah. So concerning technology, why is it very important to integrate it in classrooms? As we know that English is a foreign language in our countries, I mean Algeria and Morocco and other countries. So as the oldest proverb that says that technology can make the world a small village. Can you imagine that while we live in a world and there is no technology, how can you listen to the American native speakers? How can you listen to the British people? I mean, without YouTube, without books, without... So it would be like, very empty. That's what I would say.
Thank you, Slow, and thank you for every time giving us new proverbs. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, great. Yeah, so here Musa says it helps change the student-teacher roles. Siham, it's time saving. And on YouTube, we have Rabbi Omulu to allow new ways of learning and teaching. Sana Raib, it helps also the learner to be independent and not relying to the traditional teaching methodology. Wonderful, okay, great. So these are some of the reasons. So let's see here other factors, okay. Good, these are some of the reasons. Look here and look at the picture. Wow, a lot of TVs, a lot of laptops, overhead projector, interactive whiteboard. So a lot of technology is is there, okay. Wonderful. So what are the reasons? Number one, and as you may know, motivation. When you include technology in your classes, as if you are inviting a new guest. It's a new guest in your classroom, okay. So students feel motivated. Number two, engagement. They start to believe in you. They start to love coming to your classes. They start liking, or they start to like the way you teach. And then you build loyalty in companies, in the global job market. Google, Samsung, Yahoo, YouTube, okay, these are great companies. They would hire engaged employees and not motivated employees. Engaged employees will not change the job. They will stay forever. It's loyalty. It's everlasting. Students will not skip your classes. They are loyal to you. Okay. Number three is the internet generation. Our learners, once they opened their eyes, they found what? They found YouTube, Instagram, Yahoo, Google, Twitter. So they found all these social media or all these devices because they live with it. It's part of their everyday life. Now we can include it positively for learning purposes. Number four, variety is the spice of life. Variety is the key to have a successful lesson, okay? You are using the board and you can use technology in your classes. Discipline. Students, they may make noise because they feel bored. When you include technological tools or online tools, they are disciplined. When you use a game and you tell them 5 minutes, they respect the time. Don't cheat, they respect this one. Work together, they work together. Collaborate. So these are discipline. We teach them to respect the time, to work together, etc. And the most important in your classes, and I repeat this all the time, you are not teaching intermediate class. You are not teaching advanced class. You are not teaching beginner class. You are teaching 35 students. You are teaching 20 students with different learning styles. Some they are good at writing, verbal, speaking. Some are kinesthetic, they want to move, they want to stand up. Some are very good visual learners. Some are logical. So different learning styles. Using technology, you must satisfy the needs of your learners. And of course, as a teacher, it's an adding value in your profile. It's an adding value to your profile. Oh, that teacher is a very nice teacher all the time, or from time to time, he uses technology, games, etc. Okay. So you start to have a good brand in your school. And something very important is collaboration. And here, Mrs. Dowdy and Barry would agree with me that one of the 21st century skills is not competition, but it is collaboration. It is not competition, but it is collaboration. So using technology will improve, will help learners to collaborate. Okay, two minds are better than one. And of course, to create an enjoyable learning environment, to create a positive learning environment to have fun. All right, is it clear so far? Then we can move on to the next slide. Any comment, any feedback, question? Great. So here on YouTube, Leila Gaidour said to motivate students because they use more technology in their everyday lives, it's easy for them to learn. Duha, I totally agree with you, Hussein. Thank you. Duha from Tunisia, our great teacher. Okay, thank you. Wonderful. Yes, Hind Berry, our inspector, said the best quality of work is produced through collaboration. Thank you. 100%. I agree. So let's move on to the next one. Now, here, it's very interesting again. Start with why when using digital learning tools. Habiba Daoudi, our inspector from Algeria, when we invited her here for our international webinar, all the time repeated a term. You start with a purpose or for a purpose, a purpose, a purpose. I agree with you. So when you start using a digital learning tool, why? Why you want to use that tool? So start with or there must be a purpose for that. Great. So what's the purpose? Number one, for building interest, are you going to use the game for building interest or for presenting the lesson or for reviewing the lesson? Or, and you have to take here, when you say the purpose, you should take into account for the right age group. With children, you can use games usually, but with adults, it may not work. So the age is very important. For the right level proficiency, there are some online tools, the level may not match your learner's level. So you have to take it into account. For the right number of students, the game you are going to use may work for 30 students and may not work for 50 or 70. I can give you an example. 2 years ago, I was in Tunisia and I coached and trained university students and they played Kahoot game. We are going to use it today also with more than, I guess, 60 or 70 students. So you have to take into account the right number of learners. And of course, time is money for the right length of time. Some novice teachers, they use online games for more than 30 minutes. No, it may not work. So please, you take into account the right time. And the last one is for the right content. Sundus Azzi from Algeria is our great educator. She said, children are more engaged into virtual games, and I think that integrating lessons into the form of games would be more engaging for our kids. Thank you. Habiba said, a lot of time it will become boring. Thank you. Wonderful. Okay. And here Sabrina said, hello everyone. Okay, great. Thank you. Ilham, it sharpens their critical thinking. Wonderful. So let's move on to the next slide. Now, do you know, another question, can you share? Sharing or is caring? Do you know some interesting online games used in EFL or EFL classes? Can you share with us? This is another question. All right, so Sibyl from Turkey said Bamboozle, Word Wall, Musa Kahoot, Abdelkawi Idris, the odd one out, Jeopardy, Sibyl, wonderful, very interesting. What else? A lot of games, Kahoot, Mint, Bizri Muhammad. All right. Yes. And here, yes. Manchi, yes. Bizri Muhammad, Sibil, quiz, let. Yes. Bargain, game, Drisa. Yeah. CM ICT kills boredom. Thank you. But using too much ICT will create boredom as well. Wardi Asma, class Dojo, wonderful. Okay. Yeah, you mentioned very interesting games. I really appreciate all what you have mentioned. Okay. Tariq, Siwan, are these games were used during teaching, right? It depends. Before, during, or after. It depends on your objectives. Fast vocab, Hatim, Tadili. Okay, Habiba. We shouldn't abuse in the use of ICT. Very interesting point. Sophia, Alamu, more than enough is too much of yeah, of course. Wonderful. Okay. Great. So let's see here. Okay. Good. Now, before we start using these games and having some ideas about how to use these games, now, what are the negatives? So the negative points behind using online games? Yes, another question, what are the negative points, the disadvantages of using online games in your classes? Can you give us some examples? So Habiba said in Arabic, إذا زاد الشيء عن حده انقلب إلى ضده. Wonderful. Sibyl, screen tiredness with the Buza, negative point, noise in class. Thank you, noise. Muhammad, wasting time of learners. Wonderful, noise, Sihama. Great. Yes, internet, technical issues. I like it, okay. Habiba Dawdi, we may have problems with the net. Thank you. Yes, what else? The quality of the internet, Firdaus. Thank you. Sarah, the teacher not mastering the game or even the ICT. Civil time consuming. Great. Very interesting point. Technical problems. The internet. Maybe you will have a poor quality of internet connection or connectivity. Number two, as one of you said, the teacher may not know how to use technology. He's an ignorant teacher in using technology. Number three, if you are not good at classroom management, you may lose control because online games motivate students and they become over and over motivated, and then they may create noise, disorder. Okay. So these are some of the reasons. Great. So let's see here some examples of the games. Now these are the games. Okay. We have Bamboozles, Crossword, Class Dojo, Word Shooter, and Poll Everywhere plus Kahoot. Okay, so these are one of the most famous and the most interesting online games that are used to motivate and engage learners. So I'm going to go one by one. All right. Habiba Dawdi said learners should be aware of the use of games. So set rules to manage the situation. Thank you. All right. Great. So let's get started. Okay. My question before we get started, have you ever used one of these? Have you ever used one of these tools, online tools? Maha said no, Muhammad no, Sibyl yes, Firdaus no, Bamboozle no, Rahimi no, Tariq never, Miriam no. Great, so the majority said no. That's very helpful for me, okay. Good. And Zinib here on YouTube said learners might prefer it more than the other activities. Sabrina, net is not available in all schools. Bouzid Marwan, exceeding in online games waste students' time. Sumaya Yusfi, the teacher may lose control. Okay, great. So let's see here. The first one. Now, look here. Crossword puzzle generator. Now, what do we know? We know that if you want to use the puzzle, it's based on what? On paper, and the color is black and white. You give students worksheets and they do the puzzle. Now we shift or we move to online puzzle. Okay, so you can generate it online using the crossword puzzle. And look here, this is the game. Okay, please, you can take notes. This is one of the best websites for online tools. And I can say that, one of the best. www.classtools.net. You will find a lot of online tools. The old one is out, it's online. Puzzles, it's online. There are many games online. So remember, www.classtools.net, and then you can choose the one you like. Now, to improving guessing skills, when you give students puzzles, you try to help them to guess, you challenge them. Number two, it's a learner-centered. Is the student. The student squeezes his mind to guess and to think to get the right answer. Number three, the puzzle is challenging. So as a teacher, you can opt for cooperative learning. You can opt for group work. So here you develop the skills of collaboration, cooperative learning. Number four, children like colors and they like sounds. So when you play these games, you will see different colors. And if you get the right answer, you get a good sound. If you get the wrong, you will get a bad sound. And the aim of using the cross puzzle is to introduce the new vocabulary, or to practice vocabulary, or to review. It's a kind of reviewing. Okay, is it clear so far? Yes, please. Good. Is it clear? Wonderful. Yes, thank you. So let me now stop sharing to use this tool. Let me stop sharing. Just 1 second, please. So this is good. 1 second, I'm going to share. So let me share again the game. Okay. Now, can you see? Do you see my slides? I'm going to search for him, classtools.net. www.classtools.net. Wonderful. Good. So look here, I want you to come here, look here, select, or there are many games, fake book, etc. I'm gonna try to find the picture. Okay. So here you have image reveal tool, accurate generator, medieval, odd one out. What do they have in common? Generator, easy, crossword generator. I'm gonna click on this one. Good. Now, when you click on this game, number one, you should write a title. If you are teaching animals, you can write animals. If you are teaching fruit, you can write it there, okay. And here you have help. So look here, the help. You can click on help, and look here, I want someone to read, any volunteer. Can you read the instructions? A volunteer. Okay, Ilham, use the mic.
Okay. Hello, do you hear me?
Yes, please.
There's
Yeah.
there's the white page in here. I don't. So okay. Use this generic. Oh, okay. To create your own interactive crossword, just follow these simple steps. 1. Type at least 5 questions and answers into this box, with each question and answer separated by an asterisk. Question A, correct answer. Question B, correct answer. Who was the Nazi director of Germany? Adolf Hitler. Who was known as the king of rock and roll? Elvis Presley. Who was known as the who wrote Ode to Autumn? John Keats. Who painted the Fighting Temeraire? Jimmy W. Turner. Each question and answer should be placed on a fresh line. 3. You can use the question and answers on your existing class tools, arcade games if you have them. And I'm so sorry because I can't see very well.
So look here. Thank you, Ilham. Okay, thanks. Now it's very easy. You just click on help. They will provide you with the necessary instructions or information. And here, to create your own interactive, just follow this. Number 1, type at least 5. You can take your Word document, Word, you can write there and there. Okay. Now, and here is an example. Look at the example here. If you click on an example, they give you this example here. Just one. It's an example, okay? So Copernicus' bold ideas were based on not observation. It's very scientific puzzle. It's difficult for all of us. And here, for example, number 1, we can write, for example, here, A. So look here. You see the color? The color is red. And look at the sound. It means it's not correct. And here, no, D, no, F. Yeah, so the difference between the traditional puzzle, you have paper, white and black, pen. But now, online, students feel attracted when there are colors. Look at the red color. And they may be attracted because of the sound. And automatically, when you write the questions and the answers here, you can generate them online. And it's very interesting. I cannot spend too much here because you can do it by yourself. Okay, is it clear so far? Number 6, like David Hume emerged, who questions science, religion, and the government? So what do you think? Number 6 across. Who questioned? Do you have any answer? You can provide me. I have no answer for this question. And here we have number 2. Italian scientist was one of the first people to use the telescope for astronomical yes, observation, discoveries provided, etc. If you have any answer for these, we can write it, then you will see the colors and the new sounds. All right. Yes, please. Is it clear so far? So let's see which one is easy. Let's find the easiest question. I guess all of them are very difficult. They are about science. All right. Let's try this one. Just an example. Oh, yeah, it's wrong. So look at again, the color is red and the sound. So the sound and the color motivates students to learn. So this is what we call crossword. You can do it by yourself. So let me stop sharing and go back to the next one. So here we said Galileo. Okay, number 2 down, Ilham said. Thank you. Great. 1 second to share again my slides. Now, these are the very important colors and sounds. The difference between the old puzzle, paper, black and white colors, pen. But now they can do it online. They can cooperate, they can hear new sounds, and they can see. Okay. Great. The next one. Any questions so far about this game? Thank you. So the majority, it's obvious. The next one is Kahoot. And I know Kahoot now is one of the most famous online tools for having fun and reviewing with learners. So Kahoot, anyone to read the definition and instructions? Another volunteer, please. Any volunteer on Zoom? Yes, Wahida, please use the mic.
Hello, trainer. Hi, everyone. So number 1, it's a game-based learning platform. Number 2, it's used as educational technology in schools and other educational institutions. Number 3, it's learning games. Kahoots are user-generated multiple-choice quizzes that can be accessed via a web browser or a Kahoot application. Number 4, Kahoot can be used to review students' knowledge for formative assessments or as a break from traditional classroom activities. Kahoot also includes trivia quizzes.
Wonderful. So let me share with you again the Kahoot, just to have an idea about it. Just 1 second, please. And it's one of the most famous ones. Just 1 second to share. Good. Okay. Here you go. Can you see my slides? Yes, please. Do you see? Can you write in the chat box? Great. Thank you. Now, we said Kahoot is a kind of quiz based on multiple choice answers. It's a kind of assessment. It's a kind of reviewing with learners. Now, here, this is my Kahoot. I created this exercise. I want just to go back to Kahoot. All right. So it's very easy. www.create.kahoot.it. This is the website, and this is my game. Let me just show you from the very beginning. This is Kahoot. Good. This is my Kahoot. This is, I designed them by myself. Let me show you. So we have this one. Just 1 second. We have approaches and methods. This is an exercise. Teaching grammar communicatively, listening skills. عادات وتقاليد في المغرب. It's in Arabic. Jacobson translation, chances, simple past, verse past perfect. What is your gift? Gift of youth. Good. So I'm going to play with you now this one, gifts of youth. I'm going to click on play. How many questions? There are 10 questions. How many times I played? I played this game with my learners 5 times. I'm going to click on play. So let's get started. It's to teach. All right. 1 second. Good. You'll have 2 choices, player versus player, classic or team mode. I'm going to opt for classic. Click on classic, waiting for players. Now it's you, the audience, who are on YouTube and Zoom. I want you, just let's waiting for the upload. You write, please use your phones. www.kahoot.it. Can you please write www.kahoot.it? And the pin. This is the code. The code is 6657340. I'm waiting for your participation. Hashim, Sabili, Sarah, Suma. Okay. Up to 5. Bakir, Hind, Rajaa, Zineb, Tariq. You can have more than 50 by the way. Yusa. I'm still waiting for our participants following us via YouTube or YouTube. Anna, yeah, you can. Do you hear me or not? Yes or no? Do you hear me? Okay. So the pin is 6657340. So let me mute the game. Let me know if you said please mute the game. Do you hear me now? Okay, great. So, yes. Nabil, Muhammad Dizri. So let's get started. We have 15 participants here. Can we start? Okay, so let's get started. Yeah, Mariam, yeah, thank you. 6657340 is, yeah. Some they are insisting to participate, so I'm still waiting. Okay, team, so I guess it's time to get started. Okay. So let me count from 10 to 0, then we get started. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, count all of you. 4, 3, 2, 1. Coronavirus, 0. I'm just kidding. 0. So let's get started. 8 participants. Oh, soon as the last one. Great, let's get started. Oh, look here. You have to click into the right answer. Number 1, a young person who is willing to take risk. What do we call him? Adventurous, imaginative, innovative, untouchable. What's the right answer? Number 1, the red color. Great. Wow, Sundus from Algeria, number 1. Sarah, Firdaus, Hatim, Muhammad. Good. Basically, they give you only the fifth ones, the first ones on the top. Next, second question. You have to click quickly. The first one to click on the right answer will get a lot of points. The last one to click, you will get not a lot of points. Next one. A young person who has the mental ability to form ideas, also talented, strong, and imaginative. Great, so it's imaginative. Great, let's see. Wow. Oh, Sundus still on the top. Haji number 2, Muhammad, Sibil number 4, Raja number 5. Yes, next. A young person who has a gift or skill. So talented. It's the blue color. Let's see. Oh, Hatim is number 1. Sundus number 2. Muhammad, Raja, Sibil. Very, a very good competition here going on. Next, number 4. A young person who has the ability to generate new methods or innovative ideas. Creative, active, passionate, or diverse. All right, so yes, creative. Great, creative. Let's see. Oh, Hatim, now it's Muhammad. Sundus number 3, Raja, Sibil. Let's continue. A young person who is strong and active. Ambitious, vital, passionate, strong. Yeah, of course, vital. Yeah, by the way, if you are the first one to click on the right answer, you get a lot of points. So you should be the first one to click on the right answer. Let's see. Oh, Muhammad now is number 1. Oh, Raja is number 3. Hatim, Sundus. Very strong competition here. Great. Number 6. A young person who wants to achieve his dreams. Good. That's ambitious. Great. So let's see. Yes, Muhammad still number 1. Raja, Sibil, Hatim, Sundus. Wonderful. Next. You still have 3 more questions. A young person who is physically strong and has a good health. Wonderful. So let's see again. Oh, Raja is coming back. Raja is number 1. Muhammad 2. Sunus 3. Sibil 4. Hatim Tadili 5. Good. Next. A young person who is active and has energy. Energetic, wonderful. So let's see. Oh, Raja still on the top. Muhammad 2, Sundus 3, Sibil has. Yeah, by the way, there are 5 who are fighting here, just 5 members. Wonderful. Let's see again. A young person who has the courage, fearless disposition to do something. Great. Wonderful. So let's see. Oh my God. Sundus from Algeria came back to the top. Raja 2, Sibil, Hatim, Muhammad. So let's see, I guess the last question. A young person is so excited and so interested in doing something. Wow, now the winner winner is here, number 3. Rajat, here. Dundee from Algeria. Algerian people are great. Thank you. Student number 1, Rajat, here. Oh my God, only female. Where are boys? Where are the men? Oh my God. You are the best. Thank you. Now, my question, how do you find this online tool? Is it motivating, engaging? Yes, please. Ilham said, congrats guys. Firdaus, I love this. It's motivating. Winners, amazing, very motivating, engaging. Sophia, so funny and motivating. Yes, the ladies first. Hachim Chadili said. Sarah, funny and motivating. Firdaus, congrats. Students love competitive games. Okay. DZ power. I don't understand. Okay. Yeah, what does it mean? D and Z back here. Okay, Kahoot is a male. Zaire, oh my gosh. Yeah, I see now. Zaire stands for Algeria. Wonderful, yes. Very interesting. I learned from you now. Yeah, the abbreviation, okay, Zaire, okay. Wonderful, okay. 1, 2, 3, Dima or Vive Algerie. Vive Algerie, wonderful, okay. Sibyl from Turkey said, what does Zaire mean? Zaire means Algeria. It's Algeria in Algerian language. Okay, thank you. Great. So let me stop sharing again and move to the workshop slides. Great. Now, another game that I like to use either with my students or my trainees is Bamboozle game. Bamboozle is an online game used as, number 1, a warmer. You can use it for warm-up activities. Number 2, as a concept checker. When you present the grammar, the structure, the vocab, you can do the concept checking. Or as a reviewing the lesson. Bamboozle game. And I guess Sibyl from Turkey has already used this because she mentioned that. So Sibyl, what did you like about Bamboozle? Can you use the mic, please? Yes. Activate your
Hello,
mic.
can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello.
please.
Yeah. Okay, I love using Bamboozle in my classes. I generally use it for vocabulary revision, sometimes grammar revision, and I also use it for as a icebreaker sometimes. My students also love Bamboozle games. They think it's a game, but I don't think it's a game. It's a tool to teach. I like it better than Kahoot. Because in Bamboozle, you can have a longer sentences. And also, it's quite liberating for the students because I sometimes assign them a Bamboozle game as a homework. They can do it themselves at home. So I like it very much. It's a useful tool.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, it's somehow similar to Kahoot. Thanks. Thanks, Sibyl from Turkey. Wonderful. Okay. Now, let me stop sharing and let's play this game again. So let me just see where I can find it. All right. Just 1 second. So just one. So let me share now Bamboozle game. Great. Now, can you see my screen? So this is www.bamboozle.com. Okay, www.bamboozle.com. And here, I'm gonna click on my games. I watch some games, my games. Now here, you can make a game if you want. And here, these are my two games, top ways of teaching vocab and geography and history. So let me click on this one, geography and history. Now, these are the questions and you have to choose the right answer. I'm going to click on play and here you can study, you can learn more about Bamboozle. Okay, I'm gonna click on play to play the game and here you have how to play. I'm gonna choose 4 teams, team 1, 2, 3 or 4. So are going to have, if you have 40 students, you can put them into groups of 4 or 5 or even 8 here. So I'm gonna choose 4. Okay, option. Good. Now, points forever. I'm gonna say off timer. I'm gonna be in control of time. Not 20 minutes, sorry, not 20 seconds, then the next question will come. But I'm gonna control, okay, I'm gonna be in charge of the timing. Now, I'm gonna click on off. So choose who answers. All right. This off. Colorful grid. Because you are teaching learners, it's good to use colors. Like I want to have colors when students answer on. Now, for the wrong answers, what happens? No penalty or lose points or reset score, as you like. If someone gives you the wrong answer, are you going, he or she or the group is going to get no penalty or lose points or reset score? Let's say lose points. Yeah, you have the choice, lose points. Now, here you can do the quiz or classic GR. I'm gonna opt for classic, this one. Okay. Now, here, I want you to choose the team number 1. For example, in your class, you divided the groups into teams. Group number 1, anyone to choose one number, please, anyone to choose one number. And remember this, the session is about geography and history. So number 5. So group number 1, team number 1 said 5. I'm gonna click on number 5. Now, what is the biggest country? The biggest country, USA, Algeria, Morocco, or Greece? Now you have to choose, is it USA, Algeria, Morocco, or Greece? Good. So what do you think? So the majority said USA. Great. And here USA, if they say, if the team number 1 said USA, you click on OK. If team number 1 said Algeria or Morocco or Greece, you click on oops. Okay, so OK, great. Look here, new colors, sounds to attract, to motivate learners. Team number 2, please choose a number. Now you still have from 1 here. Good. Some of you said 7. So 7. Where is Sahara? Europe, America, Asia, or Africa? Where is Sahara? Where is Sahara? The name of the desert. Okay, so let's check. Good. Now, if team number 1 said it's in Asia, I'm gonna click oops, it's in Africa. So minus 15 for team number 2. Team number 3, choose these numbers from these numbers. Good, from these numbers. Okay, 6. Great. So number 6. Or sorry, yeah, number 6. Which country was the first to declare the USA independence? England, France, Morocco, or Philippines? Which country was the first? Sibir said Morocco. Sana Morocco. Sarah, France. Sarah, but there is no France. Wahida, number 2. France. Sorry, there is France. Yeah, I'm sorry, there is France. Muhammad, Morocco. Tariq, Morocco. Miriam, England. There is no England. Ah, yeah, there is England. Sorry, England, France, Morocco, Philippines. Tariq, Morocco. So the answer is Morocco was the first country to declare the US independence. Great. Now choose another number. Another number. Yes, any number. Wahida said number 3. Okay, number 3. So which country is closer to Greece? Turkey, Morocco, Algeria, or USA? Yes. So, yes, thank you. So Turkey, okay. So team number 5 got 25 points. Yes, please. Choose another number. Another number, 8. Good. What is the capital of Greece? Rabat, Athens, or Madrid, or Paris? If you say Madrid, we can say, oh no, it's not Madrid. Then you are just trying to play and to see the right and the wrong answers. Good. Team number 2. Choose from 1 to 4. 1. What color does the Algerian flag have? Green and red, green and white, green, red, and white. Algerian, Sundus, Hindberry, Habiba, Sloom, the Bouza Siham. Okay. Yes, sir. You will give the right answer. Great. So it is green, red, and white. Wonderful. So now it's 0 because before you were -15. The last one, number 4. Oh, team number 4 is lucky. You won 25 points. Very lucky with no answer. The last one, it's number 2. Which or what is the most famous city or town in Morocco? Marrakesh, Rabat, Casablanca, or Zhiliga? Which one is the most famous city or town in Morocco? So Moroccans, what do you think? Yes, it is Marrakesh. It's an international city, by the way. And look here, something very interesting. Pictures, colors, sounds, shapes. All these attract and motivate learners. Okay, great. Now for our what did you like about this game? Anyone to share? Can you write in the chat box? What did you like about Bamboozle? So Hindberry, unfortunately, I lost connection, no problem. General culture, Siham Maktub, Sibyl, quite engaging, fun, instructive, an organized game. Muhammad, the sounds. Yes, Rahim, please use the mic. Activate your mic.
Yeah. So the thing that I realized is we can use this game as a warm-up activity. Or as an icebreaker activity. So you would start it, so your students will not feel shy anymore, and they would be more engaged in your session.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yes, Wahida. Activate your mic.
So Bamboozle is a great, I think it's a great site or game because it's educational, as it gives the student great knowledge about other cultures.
Thank you. Yes, and this game, Bamboozle, you can create your own exercises. For me, my purpose was to assess my learners' knowledge about geography, about history. If you want to use the simple past, you can use it. If you want to create an activity to review vocab, you can, you can design your own activities. Okay, thank you. So let's see here our audience on YouTube. Thank you. Yes. And here Maha said maybe we can use as an assignment in case there are not enough tablets in class. Wonderful. With the Bamboozle, it may be used to check learners' understanding to any topic. Wonderful. Okay, Habiba, it's a good way to assess what have been taught before. Thank you. That's interesting. Great. So let me see the next one. Okay, just 1 second, and we move on to the next one. Good. Classe du jour or du jour. Okay. Now, the title of my presentation or workshop is about engaging students inside the classroom and outside the classroom. One of the best online tools that may engage learners outside the classroom is Class Dojo. Okay, and as you see here, www.teach.classdojo.com. So here, I want any volunteer to read the definition, some instructions about Class Dojo. Any volunteer, please? Ilham, activate your mic.
Hello again. Using web-based platform for classroom management. Use tools like Class Dojo and online behavior management system. Second thing, to maintain positive behavior fun, to help students reach their behavior goals by getting physical rewards, to allow parents to monitor their children's behavior. Finally, to help parents communicate with their children and teachers.
Thank you. And here with the Bamboozle test, I want to read that. Yeah, just show the thumbs up. I'm gonna see it there, and I'm gonna activate your mic to talk. Wonderful. So this is a game that can be used in class and outside the classroom. So it connects the teacher with students outside the classroom, the teacher and the learners and their parents as well. Let me stop again. Stop this one and share the game. Just 1 second, please. Wonderful. Yeah, just 1 second. Good. So here, do you see my screen? Yes, please. Wonderful. So this is Class Dojo. Please. Teach.classdojo.com. Okay, this is I'm gonna click on this one, Class Dojo. Just 1 second. Okay, can you see? Yes, thank you. This is my Class Dojo. Okay, here demo class. And here, Mr. Kasiras's class, it's my class. And here, if you want to add new classes. Now, let me show you my class. Let me click on it. This is my class. Look here. The whole class. I have Badr, Ilham, Kautar, Manal, Muhammad, Nancy, Rabi', Saad, Sarah, Sufyan. And the numbers is about the points, +1, +2, etc. Okay. Good. Now, I played the game with my students in class. Once we were playing the game, I observed that Rabia was working seriously, was very working hard. I mean, he worked very hard. But Ilham did not pay attention. She was making some troubles. So I'm going to click on Ilham here. Just 1 second. Ilham. Here you have positive and needs work. So Ilham needs work. I'm going to click on this one. So concentrate well, or improve your handwriting, or you were off task. I'm going to click on this one. And this one, 0 for concentrate well, will go directly to Ilham. Now, Ilham is at home. She will receive this feedback. It's outside the classroom. Here, Rabia was very good in my class. I'm going to click on Rabia. Positive feedback. So we can say Rabia participates a lot. So 1 point for participating, but he participated and asked very interesting questions, and he was very nice in my class. So it's great. So +2 for great goes directly to Rabia. Good. Now, I want the parents of Ilham to know about her behavior, because sometimes as a teacher, you may not improve the behavior of learners and you need the help. You need the collaboration from their parents. You see, I'm going to click here on invite families. Look here, invite families. And here, so there are families, all parents. So students, right? Here, students. Okay. And you can click on Rabia Wafi, okay. Connect a parent. So Rabia Wafi was very good. I'm gonna tell his parents that Rabia was a great guy in my class. And here you can add their parents, add here. So you can write the email of the father or the mother or their phone number. Then you will have class dojo, you have the students, and you have their parents. This is why technological tools, online tools, engage learners inside and outside the classroom. So you invite them and then it helps. And there are many good things here when you use Class Dojo. So when you use this site or this tool, you will find many other interesting things. Okay, is it clear so far? Yes, any questions so far? Yes, Mr. Muhammad said you should sign up. Yes, you have to sign up before. It's free. It's for free. And you may not sign up. Sorry. Yeah. The most important here, it's for free. It's for free. You can just use your name, okay, and your email, and then you can get its benefits for free. And here, look here, you have students, families, skills, teachers, and sitting. Okay. And here Ilham's Gwyn said, what I liked about the game is that you can engage the parents, very important points. Tarek said, great deductive game. Rahim said, yes, inside and outside the classroom. Awesome, thank you. So let's stop sharing again this game. And here, very important, especially with children, look at the faces. They like these shapes, these colors, these faces. Okay. So I'm gonna stop again. If there is no question so far, stop sharing. I'm gonna share the workshop slides. Great. Now let's move to the last one. Like, is the last one? Let me see. Yes, it's the last one. Now, my question is, who is the king? Who is the queen in education? Who is the queen and the king? This is my question. Can you write, please? Rules, Sibir said. Rulers, sorry, rulers. I didn't get your point. Now, in education, who is the queen and the king? Who is the center? The teacher and the learner, because teaching is a teaching and learning process. Sibir said student. Sarah, learners. Student. Learners. Thank you. The queen and the king is the learner. The same question. Now, as a teacher, who is your customer? Who is your most important customer. Your customer. Parents, Habiba said students, Wahida parents, Siham learners, students, learners. Yes, learners, great. Now, I want to compare between business and education. Companies, great companies, the customer is the king, the customer is the queen. So we have to listen to his needs and wants, what they need and what they want. It's the product. They need colors. They need good quality. They need different shapes. Based on their needs and wants, you design a certain product. You design a certain product. Okay, good. Now, our learners are our queens and kings. They are our customers. So we have to listen to their needs and wants. Okay, this game will give students some value and will help you as a teacher to know about their needs, about their wants, about their interests, their likes, dislikes, and attitudes. So when the game is over, it's very helpful to get feedback from learners to know about their needs, wants, etc. Now, I'm gonna play the game to clarify more. Okay. Let me play the game. Let me start first sharing and then play the game. Just 1 second. All right. Yeah, do you see my screen now? Do you see the screen? Yes, please. Thank you. Now, you are my learners. You are my trainees. You are the king. You are the queen. You are my customers. Now, I'm going to give you some questions to get feedback. The feedback will be very helpful to the teacher. And the feedback will be very helpful to students because they feel empowered. They feel that the teacher listens to their wants and needs. Now here, let me start the first question. 1 second. The first question. The previous one. Okay. Now, what do you like? Let me full screen. Activate the full screen. Yes. Would you like, what do you like about games in the classroom? What do you like about it? Do you like teamwork? Number 2, fun. Number 3, motivation. Number 4, meaningful learning. And number 5, break the routine. Now here, I want you to use your smartphones again. You can write pauleve.com/LhuseinCas057. No, please use the phone. Use the phone and type pauleve.com /HusseinCas057, and then we will see the votes, the rating, the percentage. I'm going to wait for the participants, please. Right. I'm waiting for you. So pauleve.com/Hussein. Thank you, Ilham. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Hatim Tadili. Okay. Can you please vote? I'm waiting for your votes. Oh, let me see. You, all of you here said fun, number 1, motivation 2, the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th, which means that the majority of you opted for fun. What does this mean? Ah, people are still voting. Wonderful. Teamwork is number 1. Fun, number 2. Motivation. Motivation, the 3rd. They are the same. Teamwork, fun. I'm still waiting for your votes. Yes, please. I'm still waiting for others. So all of you, meaningful learning. Meaningful learning, and the last one is break the routine. What does it mean? It means for me as a teacher that this group, oh yeah, we are still voting, okay. Yeah, you are still voting. All right, fun is number one. I want just to evaluate what you have voted for, okay. So let's imagine that all of you voted for fun, which means that my learners want to play games to have some fun. Okay, good. So here we have fun is number one. Let's move to the next one. The next question. Yes, the next one. Which types of games do you like a lot? Which types of games do you like? Online games? So I'm asking my learners. Offline games, board games, or the three types? Now I'm trying to evaluate to see what my learners like. Can you vote again? So text, respond to, okay. So total results is, so let me full screen. Okay. 18. Great, so let me full screen. So here we have online games, 35%, the three types, 47, 44, 39. Okay, the people are still voting. Wonderful. So the three types. So my learners, they like variety. My customer, they like the three types. So as a teacher, you have to use the three types of games: online, offline, board games. Wonderful. And look here, 60% who opted for board games, 6%, which means that my learners don't like using the board. Okay, good. The next one. All right, the next one. The third one. What don't you like about games in EFL Classroom? Consuming much time, competition, noise, etc. So noise, competition, noise. Yeah, you are still voting. All right, noise. Now, my learners, all of them, or the majority said noise, which means that you as a teacher, you have to work on your classroom management skills. You should work on your classroom management because there is noise. I'm not talking about the healthy noise. They are talking to participate, but I'm talking about the noise when students, they are creating troubles. Okay, so you have to work on that. So here, all learners said they don't like noise. So please, as a teacher, when you are playing the game, you should work on your classroom management skills. Give clear instructions, etc. Okay, wonderful. Next. Number 4, when do you like to play games in the classroom? My learners, I asked them this question. When do you like to play? Before the lesson, the middle, after, or before and after? After, before. Yeah, you are still voting. So 46% said after the lesson. 50, wow, 50, which means that my learners feel tired, feel exhausted, feel bored. At the end, they want to have some fun. Okay, yes, my learners are the king, are the queen. I'm going to use most of the time games after the lesson. I'm saying most of the time, because I have to take into account my learners' needs, wants, interests, attitudes, etc. Thank you. Now you have an idea about your learners. Next, What is your favorite online game in EFL classes? I played these games with my learners. I asked them again. Kahoot, Bamboozle, Word Shooter, Class Dojo. Bamboozle 67, Kahoot 40%, 50. Wow, we are still okay. Great. Class Dojo 9%, 30%. Yes, 67% Kahoot. Very interesting. Now, I learned something very interesting about my learners. They don't like Word Shooter. I don't have to use it. There is no need. They are crazy about Kahoot. Go for it. They like Bamboozle. Go for it. They like Class Dojo from time to time. Okay. Now we have Word Shooter. Okay. So now my learners are crazy about Kahoot. Great. Next. Good. Now we have an idea about all these. Poll Everywhere is one of the best online tools to get feedback from your learners. Your learners feel empowered. They feel they have much value, and they feel that their ideas and opinions are taken into account. And you as a teacher, you learn about their needs, wants, etc. Is it clear so far? So then we can move to the next slide. So would you like to use it in your classes, yes or no, and why? Sarah said sure, Wahida of course, with the Bamboozle sure, Sibyl yes for feedback. Wonderful, okay. Musa without doubt, yeah. Hind, no internet, no computers, to be frank. Okay, see, Sana, yes. Sarah, it breaks the routine and brings fun and motivation to the learning setting. Okay, Wahida, get to know our students' interests. You should get to know about your students' interests, wants, needs, attitudes, what they like and what they don't like. Siham said without hesitation. Thank you. So let me stop sharing. Sophia Alamu said it appears that the teacher interested in students. Yeah. With the Bamboozle, I will use it because it involves learners with the lesson. Wonderful. Musa, our inspector Hindberry is aware of the Algerian schools. Yeah, I see. Tariq, I would even insist on it. Thank you, Tariq. So let me stop sharing. Good. Let me share my slides again. Good. Yes, the next slide is reflection. You reflect on the three teachers' ways or views about using online games. I want a volunteer to read the three views. Okay, yes, Firdaus, please use the mic.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Can you use the mic again? Can you use the first view? Yes, please. Let me move to Siham. Siham, activate your mic.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So for reflection, first, I don't like using online games in my classes. They create noise and disorder. Second,
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah, just one. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Yes, please, Wahida, use the mic.
Number 2, I love using online games since we as a human being need some fun and motivation to get improved.
Thank you. Tariqa, yes, please.
I don't like using.
Tariq, can you activate your mic? Any other volunteer? Firdaus. Yes, please.
3, I like to use online games, but not all the time, so as not to kill the beauty of creating an enjoyable learning environment.
Thank you, Firdaus. Great. Now, which one you go for? 1, 2, or 3? Justify. So Wahid said number 3. Habiba, I agree with the third point of view. Bizri Muhammad number 2. Siham number 3. Okay. Maha Rami number 2. Bamboozle Siham number 2. So anyone to reflect why number 2 and not number 1 or 3? Anyone? You can express your point of view. Yes, please. Here we have SS. Can you activate your mic? Yes, please. Yes, other volunteers? Yes. Muhammad, use the mic.
Hello, Mr. Hussein and
Hello.
everybody. Hello. I think the second one. I love using
Yes.
online games because I think it's we need the most time when we working with our students we need to break the stress by motivating them like to present them like Kahoot or Bamboozle.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, great. Yes, some people are addicted to alcohol, some are addicted to internet, some are addicted to smoking, and our inspector Habiba from Algeria is addicted to the term purpose. And she said a game should be used for a purpose. We don't play games for the sake of playing, there is learning behind. So having fun is the means, and behind this tool, there must be learning. Thank you. I told you from the very beginning that Habiba will not stop talking about purpose. Wonderful. Yes, sir. Wahida, can you use the mic?
I think for number 3, we should we should always use games moderately, because if the students get used to playing too much online games, with time they may dislike or refuse using other games.
Great. Very interesting point. Now, what about number 1? I don't like online games in my classes. They create noise and disorder. What didn't you like about this view? What didn't you like about the first one? Wahida said we should use them moderately. Okay. So Ilham, please activate your mic.
Okay, do you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Hello. Okay, so I don't agree with the first one.
Yes,
because I think that the teacher or using online games make the teacher struggle with the students' feedbacks, and it can isolate socially some learners. So as you mentioned before, it can fit some or it can be appropriate for some learners, and for the others it cannot. So this is my point of view.
Thank you. Wonderful. Yes. For number 1, we can talk about classroom management. Classroom, maybe the teacher is weak, doesn't know how to manage the class. Yes, Loom, please use the mic. Activate your mic. Rahim.
Yeah, actually, you just said it. I wanted to say that it seems that the teacher is having problems with classroom management.
Yeah, wonderful.
That's it.
Yes, and here I would just like to clarify something. When we talk about noise, our novice teachers, noise, we have 2 types. Healthy noise when they talk about the topic. They are discussing, conversation, agree and disagree, because they are focusing on the topic, even though they speak out loud. It's healthy, no problem. Let them talk in groups. And there is unhealthy noise once they chat and they talk off the topic, they are talking about their friends, or they are talking about Messi and Ronaldo, they are talking about coronavirus, but the topic is about food, okay? So this is unhealthy. But here for number one, the teacher sounds like he is not good at managing his classroom, because he said they create noise and disorder. An educator, he or she can control, can manage the whole class, even though he or she plays games with them, because he or she gives them clear instructions. He starts with rules, etc. Habib al-Dawdi said one of the teachers' qualities is to be flexible. Maha Ramin, yes, no problem. Okay. Wahida, noise with young learners is natural. Muhammad, anyway, they are queens and kings. Muhammad said, anyway, they are queens and kings. They can make noise. I don't agree. Habib al-Dawdi, number one, is a lazy teacher. Sorry for the term. This type of teachers resist to change noise is an argument not to use games. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much again. You were wonderful. Your ideas were very interesting. Great points, very interesting questions. I really learned every time. I learned from you, from your interactions, and this is the most important. We learn from each other. Thank you. And before call it a day, I would like to remind you about something very important. Tomorrow, it's time for practice. Sorry, it's time for observation. You are going to observe two great educators, one from Turkey and the second one from Algeria. The first one is going to present a listening and vocab lesson. The second educator will present a grammar lesson. Your job is to observe. I'm going to share on the WhatsApp group the observation checklist. Number one, does the teacher start with the warm-up activity? Yes or no? Yes. Does the teacher use clear instructions? Does the teacher give positive feedback, etc.? This will help you. And the last day is Monday. It's time for practice. Some of you will teach online. That's why I told you from the very beginning that the free 25-hour is a mixture, is a combination. Theory and practice. Okay. I hope everything is clear. No questions so far, then we can call it a day. No question. Thank you. Stay safe. You are the best. Goodbye.